What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today we're gonna be looking at a hand history from Bad Beat Lust. He played a $15 Sunday Secret KO, the Sunday one, big one, and defeated 23,000 players, 23,500. Pretty crazy field, right? So let's get started. Let's see how he did it.
The hell of a score for 15 bucks.
So
Hmm.
as he mentioned earlier, this is gonna be his fourth or fifth bullet, right?
Yeah, correct. Correct.
So that's how it goes.
So we're already quite deep in the tournament.
So bounties are available now?
No,
No, we're still near the end of the late reg period.
Okay.
oh yeah, maybe we should talk about all these,
Secret
Mystery
KOs
bounty
work.
format.
yeah, because
Yeah, so essentially we start like a normal freeze out, well, normal range tournament. And up until the point where you are ITM, you don't even know what the top bounty and the minimum bounty will be. So after that point onwards, you can start to calculate effective bounty powers and what's the effective bounty at the time.
Yeah, what he's saying is there's random bounties, so, a random chest,
as soon as you're in the money,
We lost Galen.
okay, I thought it was me.
No, it was Galen for sure.
Alright. I like a big bet here, something, well, big, three big blinds. I would never check here. Where would you check?
You might be able to go pot. Well, we're kind of short.
Because under the gun, I do recall that under the gun we should check a bunch on queen high boards.
Too dynamic, I think.
Are you thinking versus in position, like versus a button flat, maybe?
this is assigned.
But not. But I don't think against, definitely not against blinds.
Yeah, I'd go at least 4. If not, I'd probably go 5 for real there.
And we're back.
Welcome.
Galen, you were in the middle of explaining how mystery bounties work.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys finished it. It's just basic, it's a jackpot mechanism. You knock somebody out, you get a random bounty and it can be from a whole lot of money to a little bit of money.
And like we were saying the other day, it like produces a really weird type of game where people go absolutely crazy as soon as they get in the money. Like they're gonna be tight, down to the money, and then as soon as the mystery bounty is out, it's a party. It's like, it becomes the like weirdest tournament ever, basically. Because
Exactly.
people go
Interesting
in
thing
with
about-
money too.
And one final thing to note is comparing that to the situation in the final table, which will come up eventually. It's quite different to a PKO just because the payout structure is actually from a freeze out tournament. So the jumps are quite decent compared to PKOs, for example, that second and first essentially get the same prize minus the bounty.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right, so never checking with this combo,
Never checking here. Okay, good to know.
and then, whoa, where did you go? Okay, here. I think it's a range bet, any two from under the gun, yeah. You just bet because there's a queen and a 10.
And with some biggish sizings and some smallish sizings. And ace queen is a viable hand to go big with.
Okay, we induce a little bit. Now, how do you play it? Cuz you're supposed to play for stacks here.
I want to raise, I'm not worried about not having the best hand. Having missed the bet on flop, if we're gonna get the money in, we need to get a raise in on turn. Otherwise, we're trying to raise river, and that's kind of ambitious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have some really awkward sizings here if you're gonna get all the money. Like, this is a pretty bricky card, so.
We're still two
Um,
pot behind.
he's never paying you like a jam with a 10 or something here.
Yeah,
Like,
and I just think there were a lot of hands on flop and turn that could put money into this pot, like a king jack type hand is a reasonable hand for
Mhm.
small blind to have.
I
And
agree.
they have realized their equity, they bricked, and you're only gonna get if they bluff at this point.
Okay, so
Good
how
to
do
know.
we proceed if we're in this node? I'm just spotting it, I guess.
Potting is pretty natural. I think like going like 70%, like 7 to 10 big blinds is your best hope of getting
It's kind of
some
weird, cuz
value.
like, you wouldn't really think that we have this hand when we get here.
Hmm.
I
Anyway,
mean, villain
bet five,
puts in a small bet on turn, we get called by a 7. Okay,
yeah,
well,
what do we call?
max value, I think.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's like, you gotta size small. I think if you just take a more polar approach, you're gonna get more value long run.
Hmm,
I think I jammed here.
three bet, call it off?
Uh, jamming feels like borderline
I would
kinda
jam
bad.
offsuit. Ace
Yeah,
Yeah,
jamming,
offsuit definitely jam.
Jam the offsuit, yeah.
this is
fine.
I
like
think this one's
bordering,
close.
it is, it's bordering jam and not all in raise. Like, you
Yeah, for
shouldn't be
sure.
flatting, you shouldn't be flatting this for sure.
Pretty
That's
sure it's three bets, but I'm almost always jamming because I just don't like to play that game at this stack depth.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah,
And I get that. It's not a crazy thought. And if like you're giving up slivers, it's okay.
I think on the big blind I would three bet, but on the small blind versus the 10
Ooh.
big blind stack as well. Oh,
100%.
there we
That's
go.
a good one.
yeah, it jams.
Okay, I'm
That's
not making,
probably not all in 3-bet with ace king.
Is it looking at 10 effective or is it looking at?
It's 25, it says. Soft for
Okay,
25.
okay, good. Yeah, yeah.
So we're
It's
not
good.
all in 3-bets are probably like aces, kings, queens, ace, king, and then bluffs.
And some ace deuces and ace threes maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
like
wow.
there's a little bit there. There's some ace, king, some kings.
And ace nine off for the bluff and queen eight, jack jack.
Yeah. If you go to like 30 big blinds, it's probably you're gonna see a more robust like response from some of the hands that we're
Oh, I think
imagining.
you were on button there. We need to be on small blind. That's different.
Oh, you are on button, actually. That might be why things are looking kinda funny.
Yeah, way too much flatting. Yeah.
Ah, okay, so there's some of the polarity coming in to play.
Mm. Now we're, yeah, polarity here, for sure.
Alright,
it was a button open, not a cutoff open. You had the
Yeah.
wrong open there.
what do you mean? Did
You have
the
cutoff
machine-
opening here, right?
Yeah,
It was button, wasn't it?
no?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was. It was the 66 big blind stack that opened.
Negative.
Wasn't it the 28? I think it was the
Right here.
30. Let's see. Yeah, it
Oh, I
was the
see
30.
the two in front of the button. I thought
Yeah,
it
it's
was
a
the-
Yeah.
Okay, pushes, I guess, yeah, it's a good.
9.5. Yeah, that's a call.
Call.
Alright.
Yep.
Can go probably either way here, squeeze a little bit.
I like the
Yeah, I
Playing,
agree.
I'm playing a lot of call here. I feel like the offsuit's a little weak to be squeezing, to be honest.
Really?
Not
Was,
great call either.
Kinda
wasn't
need to go
the
to a
offsuit
big
combos, wasn't the offsuit combos more likely to three bet than call? Because they play worse?
Louis, can we see this range? I feel like against with the multiplayer pod, I think we don't know this spot that well.
Yeah.
Pretty
Well,
sweet to get ace jack off.
I would
out
pick
from-
like, king, queen off, king, jack off. Ace, jack, ace ten, ace nine, ace nine, no. I
Dude,
ain't
I'm
thinking
just
ace
saying,
nine.
I'm sailing in like suited stuff here way more than offsuit.
So we
Really?
go button
Cut
cut off,
off, big
hijack,
blind.
low jack under the gun.
Yeah, like
Under
king,
the
jack
gun,
suited,
off,
I'm all in. Type stuff.
Cut off.
This isn't a jam, this is just a three bet fold if they
Yep, easy 3-bet fold.
happens, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
back here.
Yeah, it's in there some, like, I'm definitely finding the king, jack, queen, jacks of the world here.
But you do
I'm-
see that all the suited ones are just flatting, right?
Yeah. Well, no, you need to find
Ex-
some.
that's-
No, the
that's what I
aces, the aces, excuse me, the aces.
I like the ace blocker better than the king, honestly, versus, whenever the gun opens.
Should we ever lead here? On a 3-3-2?
I
No.
don't think so, and then I don't think you
would-
need to call.
No,
It would be pretty
fold.
it would be pretty exploitative.
I
Yeah,
think,
I don't need to call here.
so I see like
really
two
want
reasons not
backdoors.
to call. First, he bets into two players, him and you.
Yep.
And then he used a pretty big size. So for these two reasons, I would fold this one. If it
Yeah.
was a small bet, you were heads up, you could call.
We're raised.
But this here, I'm never calling.
Yeah, I would have folded too.
See, this is the spot where like we could
Well,
have a
it's a
backdoor
pair
flush draw
board,
matchup.
it's multi-way, so maybe you need to continue some, but probably not with ace ten. Although this is probably your best ace.
Which I'm not three betting, yeah, probably.
You should have a lot of ace jack still, but it's all the same. It's
And
whatever.
you got some suited aces with more backdoor equity, especially the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, even like ace six suited, has like more, has an opportunity to pull the nut straight and like nice stuff like that.
This
So
is spicy.
I don't think this is good, cuz here, basically, when you bet ten, you allow him to play perfectly. Whereas when you
Yeah,
check, sometimes he bluffs and you can call.
So let's walk through the thought process. Why would we bet 10 here? What are we targeting for value or for folds? I'm sorry, Bad Beat Lust, what's your actual name?
Constantine,
Constantine.
Constant, oh,
Consta,
Constantine.
whatever you feel like it.
Konstantinos, okay, so
Yeah.
what are we targeting? What is this bet? What are you trying to do with it?
Make him fold a better ace, or which
okay.
he doesn't have, which is the pot is split, of course.
Okay,
Make him
so,
fold an ace.
so it's a bluff in your
or-
mind, it's a bluff in your mind.
Yeah, it's a blood in my mind. Yeah,
Okay.
not a body bet.
Okay, so you're
And
targeting
and
like,
folding out the mid pairs. Yeah,
I
as
think
Roger
all the mid
says.
pairs call you.
yeah, I
That's,
think it's a pretty
I'm
easy
not
call
folding a
with
pair.
pocket nines here. I'm not folding nines.
yeah, that's where that's the chase I was cutting to. I agree squarely with Tim and, Ken here. The way it's
I
been
mean,
kind of
somebody might
played,
fold them, but I think it's ambitious.
in general, I feel like you're getting snapped off by most pairs better than like a 5 here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
so
yeah,
like
I mean,
when you bet, whatever he plays from here has no bluffs. We agree?
they may have bluff sometimes, but it's like, I just don't think you need to. Like, ace high wins here so much or chops that
Yeah,
you're doing alright, right?
so yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
probably,
When
yeah.
when you check here, he keeps all of his bluffs, so you can capture a lot more efficiently. Your bluff catching on the river becomes a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say, there's a weird thing in spots like this where there's like, are we trying to get a value called value bet in against king high, which is plausible, but you need to go one big blind? Are we trying to get him off pairs ambitious? If we want to get him off a chop, we need to go like pot and a quarter,
Really
which is
big,
also
right?
ambitious. Yeah.
Really big.
And
And
I think
you
he's chopping
honestly,
with us a lot.
yeah, and that's very dangerous because he still might hero call you with those pairs that, you know,
Right.
are very likely in there.
Yeah.
They
so
just have showdown. Yeah.
showdown hand, yeah, exactly.
About three
Roger-
big blinds, so you don't
Ro-
have to face a bigger bet when he has nines or
Roger
tens.
asked, how do we play our queen here?
You would bet like the size that you took, I think is what you would do with a queen.
Hmm.
Like, you want something that's gonna get, so it's the same thing, like you're targeting pairs, so you don't wanna go too polar where the pairs aren't gonna call. And maybe heroes with like an ace high sometimes. That's like your customer here, if you have a queen.
You value betting nines?
Yes,
I
but
am value betting
And what
nines.
size?
Not for 10 big blinds.
No,
But
I'm
you
thinking
block
like, I'm
him.
going like 3 with them, and I think
Yeah,
some of my ace X just die, so I don't have to face a bigger bet with their bet, like, when they have,
you
I don't
just
know, if they
block.
have jacks here and tens, like. They might bet bigger than 3, and I just can call, like, I can see, I get to showdown with my ace high cheaper, and I can get some thin value with my pocket pairs that I still have in range.
To be honest, I don't think like making a bet like this with like tens or nines, where you're betting like 10 big blinds, a big fat chunky bet is bad. Like, honestly, I'm trying to go more greedy in those situations.
If you're going to like push the boundaries and open like wide like this,
Mhm.
it's fine. But
Wait,
you
this
need-
is,
you
this is
need
the
to see,
button?
yeah, you need, well, you raise that from the button, soft
Yeah.
suit eight and suited fives, right? So
Yeah,
it
10
should
ace
be
by
in-
bottom.
should be in there, but it's the
It's
bottom.
quite deep though. It's 50 big blinds deep.
So if you're gonna do it, I'm fine with it. I like it. But you need to see bet when you have the opportunity.
Yeah.
I think this is a spot where you bet a lot from in position. In general, on pair boards, you wanna bet a lot.
Yeah, but 6-4-4 is good for the big blind. It's like
Yeah.
one board where you gotta find a lot of checks, I think.
I
Okay.
think you're gonna be a little polar here also. I kind of agree with Ken.
I think I'm more rangy than board.
6-6, 5-5, 4-4, I think are all pretty good for the big blind.
It's also a thing where it's different versus from button versus EP, right? Because button just has more junky stuff here, whereas EP has just like a lot of good cards and they can
Yeah.
range bet more.
So it's
You
only
could-
small bets.
And you could delay C bet turn, you get like an ace or a king on the turn, and they don't lead, you can just pile.
Yeah,
40%
so,
jack, so you check a
yeah,
lot.
it's pretty mixed.
And when you bet, bets.
Just gonna fold.
So you bet a lot of the wraparounds, the 6, the 7, the 5, and 8, the 4. Stuff like that.
Yeah, and 10-8, and you can see 10-8's pretty squarely in there. It's actually mixing 10-7s in there some of the time. That would be the boundary pusher.
Yeah.
And then. Yeah. So bet a lot here. This guy doesn't want to steal the spot because he had 2 shots at it so far and he didn't.
He checks again, he probably just has high cards.
Oh my,
I ain't believing this, but we're kinda screwed.
okay, so I'm a little torn here. Do we ever wanna go a little bit larger than,
33.
than, than, than this size?
no.
You have a double gutter with 10 high, but you've played check on the flop, which is kinda weird.
Am I wrong thinking I would check here?
Maybe check is
Like
okay. The problem is you have 10 high.
I would personally bet the flop and check this turn.
If you have a 10 of diamond, it'd be a better bet.
You should,
What?
well, see, if you had the 10 of diamonds, then you're kind of blocking maybe some of the things that you're beating.
Something I could bluff on the river if a diamond comes in. That's what I'm thinking ahead.
Fine, yeah.
So
I'm kinda
heavy
I'm
curious.
delayed C betting high cards here, honestly. Like this card, I probably wouldn't, like you said, maybe it is a polarized bet, but I would check this a lot, I think, the 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for a high card to barrel when he checks, but I don't believe him
Exactly,
at
this
all.
card is pretty good for the big blind bet. I don't know if I'm calling here.
We're kind of priced in here, no?
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
but
you
you
gotta-
have to remember, people don't have bluffs in their raising range here. Like,
I think this guy's full of shit, honestly, but there's nothing, I got 10 high, I
like
would still
if you look
fold.
at the machine is gonna find like wonderful plays, wonderful bluffs, and like your
Mhm.
opponent is not ever finding ever 50% of those.
We have a double gutter though, man. Like a 5 is gonna be good.
And 2 overs in our case, even though it's a 10 and an 8, but still.
Yeah, but if this guy only raised you with a 6 here, you're drawing, it's always a fold.
How
Yeah.
often is he playing double check with a 6 though? On a
Ah,
dynamic board?
He's not
Need to be pretty
leading,
ballsy
we
indeed.
would, like, he's not. I think a lot of us would lead here, right? And then they would lead on a 7 turn, so it would be different, right?
Yeah, I feel like this is like a 5 sometimes, or like maybe like a diamond, maybe it's a 7 sometimes.
You raised to 5 big blinds, so a 5 is probably,
I think he's screwing, I think he's playing around. I think he don't believe you, and he's saying, I don't believe you. Yeah, he's full of shit. It feels like a 4 now, actually. Like eight's
Could be.
4.
It could be a 4. Like,
I
I'm
have a
kinda with,
feeling I did something crazy here, yeah.
Well, I don't hate it because I don't believe him.
Me neither, I
the
think on the spot.
problem is when he bets 1, he induces.
I love to attack those block bets. It tells me he ain't got nothing. Most people don't protect their block bets with nutted hands.
dude, I think the only hand that makes sense here for him to have is like quads at this point. Like, that's the only thing that might dream of playing this way to induce you, so.
The machine likes to raise a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, I love it.
You
It's
got,
spicy, but I just don't, I didn't buy that guy's line one little bit. And when he
That's
comes
my
one
point. I
big
mean,
blind, I'm like,
he either had a 6 or nothing, in my mind as well.
Yeah, and you have a good hand that's to turn into a bluff, so like, you're blocking 7-8, you're blocking like. I guess you'd have 6-8 here sometimes. You're blocking 8s, you're blocking 10s, which kind of all might have this behavior. Like, I think this is alright.
can we read something into his sizing? Like it's so small, like if I had, like when, in my mind, people that when they have a 6 here, they make it like 14. Or 12.
It does feel kind of like, like what Ken was saying, it feels like kinda like BS. I don't know.
Ace five, ace eight, ace three, like suited, I don't know, like it just feels like an ace high wheel card or
Yeah.
something. Or any nonsense.
I
I
don't
just
know.
don't believe his line. He doesn't lead flop. He doesn't check. Well, we don't bet. He doesn't lead turn. Now all of a sudden, he's gonna click turn. Like we check flop, what makes him think we're gonna bet a 7 that often anyhow on the turn, and then he's gonna come in with a check raise, and then one big blind. I'm like, this is just
I feel like,
not real life.
I feel like Roger found the answer. He just said in chat, $15 mystery bounty.
Yeah.
That's all you have
Probably
really to
just
take away from
scrolling
this.
But he bet a guy that likes to screw around too, and that's not good for him.
I agree. I like this. Okay. I think this is good. I think this is okay. He does have some 8-9 in range, but
The Jack 10-7 board, you can pot it here, or you can go all in, can you not?
you can't, no, cuz there's flop straights. If it was Jack 10-6, you
Oh,
can,
Jack 10-6, yeah,
if
but
it was
I
Jack
do
10-6.
it anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're just being a little disrespectful to his like 8-9, but, I do like sizing up here. You have a lot of really favorable turns, like a
Can you
king
not
and
pot it?
ace.
Can you pot it there?
I don't think
Uh,
so. This PR's
take a
kind of
look.
low too.
If you pot it and he jams, do you insta call?
You gotta
You got the
call.
ace of spade, so yes, without the ace of spade, you fold.
Probably.
I think your size is
So,
good. I thought your size is pretty good. What does the solver say? See,
Smaller to
Small.
20.
Wants to
it
go small,
leans small.
It checks 20% as well.
yeah. It's okay, no real big bets here, although I like it.
Yeah, you're checking like, you could check like your 8 some, your 9 some, 6s, 5s, aces, maybe
Yeah.
some.
I like, honestly,
That's out of line.
I think I'm near the bubble
honestly,
here, guys.
I like it. I like it if it's near the bubble, but, if it is near the bubble, I wouldn't be, we talked about this briefly in chat the other day.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be raising that 0.2 extra, and I mean, it's kinda like min-maxing a little bit, like the times that this guy jams his 13 on you, you're just losing an extra 0.2 over like
Yeah, you're
the long
hurting your
run.
win rate there, yeah.
Cause I feel like generally his range is gonna be very static. The lower stakes you go, like, as you get a little bit higher, they're gonna pay a little bit more attention and you might actually be folding out fringes when you vary these sizes. But, I don't know, near the bubble, they're probably not gonna mess around and you just get away with murder using 2.
Against a
Okay.
limper, you can check back, I guess.
Got a call behind us as well. I'm just always checking multi-way.
No, he's not in the hand,
Oh, he's not?
he's not.
Oh,
The
okay.
button isn't in the hand.
It's a hoax, no, he's not.
It's a prank.
I'm betting.
Why you bet?
Because he limped his range, he limp called. His range is so wide. I'm just gonna clean up my equity.
I don't hate betting or checking. I think versus a limper, I would be just leaning towards aggression to be consistent with your pre-flop action.
And he's got
I
worse ace
agree.
highs. They don't fold at ace yet either, so you get
I
some
need a
value from
sandwich,
just
so.
random
I'm
ace.
checking.
No, it's a hoax. The button's not there.
Is it not?
No, he's
It-
not.
It's a visual glitch.
Ah,
See, this is, this is like close. I don't know. You're gonna lose to like a 9 or a 10 here a lot, I think.
I think the guy bets a 10 if he hits it on the turn. He could have a
Maybe.
9, a 6, ace 6, ace 9.
I think the point of $15 mystery bounty on a Sunday sticked out to me, you know. He just clicked the 50% bet and without thinking too much about it.
So Jonathan Little was talking about, hero calling this Monday, and I think this would be a great example. So here is a jack good to have or not?
I don't
'Cause
think it
you've got
matters.
Queen jack,
It's-
jack A, you know,
It blocks
King-
a lot of his limp
king-
hands, to be fair.
king jack. It
He didn't bet
blocks
turn, no LP,
everything
this
that
guy.
missed. right?
This guy isn't structuring a range. He didn't bet turn. If he had Jack X, you'd think he's gonna bet a lot of them on the turn. So this guy's just like, we checked twice. There's a 4 diamonds on the river. He's either got like a 9, a 6, or some other like small pair that he's trying to get, that he thinks is good. Or he's just full of shit. And he's gonna beat all the full of shit stuff.
Maybe. But
Could
the
have rivered
thing
a set
is,
of 4s.
if we look at combinations, okay, we block queen jack, right? Queen jack missed. Queen jack is a bluff, right? So the jack itself blocks the bluffs. And then the clubs,
So the thing is, this
All
guy's a
the-
limper. He's
all-
probably got king
all
2
the
suited
clubs
in
miss.
range. He's probably
Still.
got queen 2 suited in range, this guy. Like, he's just so wide. He limp called, right? Like, he's got so much junk.
okay, Ken, I know that it's a limper and it's the end of the world, right?
Not the end of the world.
But look at the quality of your hand. Is your blocker good or bad? Is the jack good or bad? You
I'm gonna
block
say
queen
again, I think it's
jack,
irrelevant.
yeah, you block queen jack, you block king jack, you block jack eight, you block all the jack hands that missed, and then you block all the clubs that missed. Right? So if you're to make an hero call here, I think you don't wanna have a jack in your hand. And you don't wanna have a club in your,
Dude, this guy's got 8-5 suited in range. He could be.
Name me
bluffed.
a card that doesn't block a bluff.
I'm sorry?
He said name a card that
Name-
doesn't hard.
Yeah, like
Name a
you
card
can
that
say
doesn't
the
block.
jack is bad. What do you want to have? Like everything's bad. His
think-
range, I agree with Ken. His range is
Ace
so
king.
wide.
The church would be a lot better here, a million times. The
I
church
agree with
without
that.
the club would be a perfect hand to bluff cap.
This guy's
For
got
me,
ace 2 off.
This comes down to just bet the flop so you get clarity over his range and it makes the rest of the hand much easier to play. Now we're just in a weird guessing game. I don't think there's too much point to like deeply analyzing the spot.
This GTO wizard isn't gonna be helpful at all.
Did
unless
you
I
get a
kind
new
of,
mic? Did you get
I
a
kind of
new
agree
mic?
with the, I kind of agree with the speaker, whoever was speaking just.
The speaker,
Danny,
it sounds
yeah.
like Danny with the new mic.
It was Danny.
It's me on my phone, yeah.
Yeah,
Ah, okay. I
If
was
you had
like, that-
AI, you could adjust his range and then maybe look at it, but you can't look at it. A limp call range is if he's, let's put up his VPIP. Let's see what his VPIP is in the HUD. 50, 45?
zero.
One hand.
40.
Hands.
Okay, so let's see the result of the hand. 6, 7.
Yeah, that's
7
what I
off.
say. He's got a 6, a 9, or bullshit.
Yeah.
Or some other weak pair. Bullshit.
I don't know, I don't like the way
But-
you play this. I like the
Yeah,
chip.
I think
No?
we should bet on the flop here.
I don't think so. But I just think you don't have the right combo to call.
Yeah,
If you bet flop, it probably gets checked down in the river and you lose a tiny bit less.
I think that jack is really, really bad to call here.
Dude, he had 6, 7 off.
You
I
still-
agree, Ken.
Yeah, but you lose to 6, 7, Ken.
You're not understanding how wide his range is.
I do. I do. I don't have a hard time with limpers at all.
I don't have a hard time either.
You sure? This is pretty weak.
what? What do we do? Jamming? You
Yeah.
think this is
Jamming.
weak?
Yeah,
I don't think this is too terrible. I feel like it might be a little wide.
you do that stuff?
No, I usually
Ah,
don't use queen
okay.
jack off. I
Okay.
feel like, okay, so like if I was gonna get in the mechanics of it, I feel like you're kind of blocking the folds when you have a queen and a jack. And you don't have the additional equity of the suited cards to kind of back you up, but,
Yeah, I'm just
Don't you
calling
like
here.
10-8 suited, Jack 8 suited type stuff here?
that would
No.
make more sense to me.
No, I'm more like suited tens here, I think, suited jacks here.
Didn't
No.
Danny say suited jack and ten?
No?
Or he said 10-8?
Those are suited 8s
10-8.
by the way that we speak about them. Yeah.
So cut off button. Button raise. Then a
I
big,
might be thinking at 30 though.
Okay, so 10-8 is definitely a combo in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of this, the queens and the jacks. I feel like are typically the hands you're targeting here.
Mhm.
And it kind of propagates that through the response here, like you're taking right below 10 and jacks with the 9s and the 10s and the 8s. And then above it with like, you got bluffs like the good old king 7.
You
Yeah,
want-
and the bad
you want-
aces.
You want pair or a blocker? Basically,
That's
Yeah,
good to know.
blocker to the calls.
right, so like you are bluffing him with the hand that you wanna bluff, essentially.
Yeah. That you want him to have.
Yeah, cuz he can't call with that hand, right?
Yeah, indeed. Oh
Oh,
boy, I hope I flat here.
yeah, just call, right?
I think you can maybe do some like non all in stuff here sometime. Ah, you're 25, it's too shallow, right?
It's
Is this not the same as this one?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it is
It
essentially.
is, right?
King
Like
10
this
off.
one.
At 25, you see like some of the 7s and 8s activating, not the 10s, yeah.
So flop goes check, check. Turn is a 10,
I think that's a great card to keep checking.
okay?
I mean, we picked up showdown value on the turn.
Call.
Yeah, and he's gonna open up with some bluffs here that you're just gonna beat. Now you have a pretty great bluff catcher in my mind.
You
Should we
don't
ever
bet
block
flop, the
that
turn
here?
gets worse and he bets.
Should we ever block on this river?
Maybe you could, the equity did kind of shift. You do have a blocker, I just feel like,
It's a 6 and it's a flush card.
it feels like a pretty natural card to bluff, so
I don't need,
I would play check for that reason.
I'm checking it.
Like, there's
Tristan
just a lot of
check.
easy
Oh,
street
wow.
bluffs.
It is a block bet on the river. Look
Yeah,
at
you
It
are
is
blocking
blocker,
some.
yeah.
Oh, on the river. Well, you meant turn, you lead turn.
Wow.
We could block bet here. Nice.
Yeah, and you would've got value from an 8, so, yeah, I mean. Complete's fine, obviously.
Yeah,
2.8.
Point,
By the
Yeah.
way, let me just say reiterate. Now we're at TM and bounties are in place.
okay,
okay.
You don't want the 2.7 guy to jam over the 2x and then you cannot raise.
Oh,
This
okay,
was
so,
my reasoning.
Oh, I
okay,
got you.
I think there's two ways of approaching this, so. Using a size larger and also like limps, I think make a lot of sense in this situation.
oh my god, are you gonna start?
Absolutely,
No,
but either way, this is fine. Like, you just wanna make sure the action's open.
okay, well, the action is open.
You're probably supposed to gamble here if the bounties are just now in play.
What? You don't cover? What do you mean?
Yes, you are.
Oh,
You
you
cover
cover
the
one.
one.
Guys, this is close.
You
Oh,
cover
this is
small
it.
blind, bro.
What are
Mhm.
your pot odds? 40%? Yeah, you think you gotta fold. You're not winning 40% of the
I don't
time.
think this is the part of the range that's gonna do well with the multi-way, but
Yeah, you're not gonna win enough to call this. 37%. Yeah,
How are you doing that math, Ken?
well, I'm not including the bounty. We don't know what the bounty is. So yeah, the bounty's gonna make it a little better, but are you gonna get? I mean, you gotta
bounty
wait.
power right now is wild.
I'd have to
If there
work
is a
with,
possibility, Ken, of you hitting a $25,000 bounty,
I guess you're
here.
in.
That's
The
kinda where,
bounty power at this point is about $50 to $60, if I'm not mistaken.
okay, well, see, that's the way to do it, like, you have to like crank up these bounties.
If it's freshly in the money, it should be, yeah, around 55, I think.
A little better.
Yeah, it's around
little better
55,
than
exactly,
buy-ins.
Danny.
Close.
If you run it like that, the bounty's gonna be 120, isn't it?
Take it off FGS. Multi-table, yeah. No, yeah, multi-table.
When you run the Sims, it always doubles the bounty, don't it? I don't know why.
It's right.
Well,
Right.
this isn't a PKO though. This is a KO. So you want,
Yeah,
make it a KO and put all the bounties at like, he said like 50.
Oh, okay.
oh,
Uh,
that's
And
smart,
you get
Ken,
100%.
I was looking over that fact, you're right,
Good,
you're
Louis.
100% right.
The KO size. Oh wait, dollars.
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct.
Oh, okay. It's right. Yep.
Ken says
You
that,
right.
but he never gets a
But
PKO sim through.
he is 100% correct about this, though, I think. Like, on average, you're gonna win 55 bucks on a bounty here. So, and it's not like progressive, like the other people don't have access to it after you claim
How
it.
do you know it's 55? You just
Then
guessing
what?
or
We got at least like 5,000 players in here.
You average the field, Lewis, so like you take
oh,
the
this is
biggest and the
just in the
smallest.
money?
Yeah, it's just
You,
the
you,
money.
you have to do a weighted average of the remaining bounties, essentially. The price pool remaining.
No, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
also add total chips in play or this isn't gonna work right, so.
What is
10,000
it?
players.
10k start stack times players?
Remaining
or-
players, it's about 3,000, I would say.
3,000, you say?
You got millions of
Yeah.
chips, you gotta up the chip count.
What do you mean?
What's the average? So go back, click cancel this for a second. I'll show you what to do. Cancel, just cancel. Go back, backspace. You put in the stack depths here, hover over the stack depth, it'll tell you the average stacks. So 31.3 big blinds times 10,000 players,
No, 3.
and then times the big blind is 1,200, and that'll be your chip count. I don't know why you're not listening to me.
No, the chip count. You just do the
do
players
you
left
say?
times
Wait,
the
wait.
starting stack.
Don't argue with me. Just please close this.
3,000
Before I
players.
forget, we
and
have
they
to
have an
fix first
average
prize.
of 31 big blind. And
So,
then
okay, equals, and then times that by, how many big blinds was it? It's 1,200. The big blind was 1,200, so multiply that by 1,200. 1,200. Backspace. So that's your chip count.
very close, right? No?
It's in the neighborhood.
Oh, it did that for you automatically. Okay, very good.
We have to adjust first prize.
3. There's
Cooked
like
enough.
no, there's 1-0 extra, no? Am I wrong?
I'm not sure, but if you put in 111,600,000, when you open this, it should give you 3,000. Or 300 rather, I'm sorry. No, go back. Oh yeah, change the chip count, 112,000. Okay,
Add
yeah,
the
you're
zero.
good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Go back.
That's not
to the
right,
first
man.
screen. Yeah, go back to the first screen. Change first prize to 150,000. It should be about right.
Danny sounds like the dude that used to come in every once in a while from Maryland. Wasn't his
Yeah,
name
but
Danny too?
but look, average blinds in the tournament
What if it
are
was me, Ken?
three bigs.
I
That's
know.
not correct.
You weren't this guy.
I wasn't this guy? Alright.
You don't live in the basement. Your mom's
Yeah,
basement.
you need to add the zero back. Look at average stack in the tournament's 3 bigs. That's not right.
He used to tell his mom he was going out for jobs and he was playing poker at the bar.
That's
I
Alex
remember
the
that guy.
DGen.
Alex.
That's Alex the DGen. He was there yesterday.
But
What's up,
I
Alex?
thought I heard him yesterday, but he does Danny
Um,
sounds like him with when he's on his phone.
On my phone? Huh.
Bro, I know that you
So
look for
the
jobs for
chick
2
count
hours,
was
then
right,
play
basically.
poker rest of the day. I've been there, man.
Okay,
2.8 open. He opened 2.8. Not that it's gonna matter some. He's got extra half big blind in. General,
like this.
yeah, better.
Then we have button call hijack, low jack. There's no low jack, great. Empty. 2.8. And then they go all in from the button. And no, small blind, big blind, right? So small blind goes all in. Big blind, 4 bets, back on MP. And then now this.
You don't have to hit reset regrets. There you go. You do that if you're running the second time.
Sub 3, okay.
Yeah, just ranges.
You wanna adjust ranges before?
No. Well, no, because we don't know. I mean, let's see what it gives you. But when you adjust, when you no lock, then you hit reset regrets.
Hmm,
You're doing it correct, Louis.
Yeah, you're good. I wouldn't run a sub tree though, because I don't know. It gets done so fast. I don't trust the solution. If the regular solution is supposed to take a lot longer, I don't really trust it.
Yeah, I just put in the chat like a link of like how to properly run mystery bounty sims. It's like an article. It's pretty good.
I'll check it out.
Oh, did Gareth put out something about that?
Yeah.
Good, good. I will read that. I like his stuff a lot.
Me too.
Wasn't NTT Poker School a part of Poker Stars at one point?
Not sure. But, long story short is I'm probably calling this.
I think it folded here.
okay,
The-
what do
the
you do
risk-
with
the
pairs
risk-
here? Pocket,
Dude,
pocket three.
I'm snapping pairs off so quick.
The thing is
Wait,
the
Galen,
the
you said you're
risk
calling
premium-
after the 3-bet and cold call?
I'm probably calling here, yes.
the risk
Ooh.
premium is going to be
Mystery
negative,
bounty
right?
sim.
Probably like negative 10%, maybe more.
Where the money, bro? Let's get the
Dude, this
mystery.
this is a call. This is definitely a call. This guy's gonna be hunting so wide, man.
The implied value of getting those chips also is so valuable at this stage. More so than if you're like deep in a tournament. Like, if you're final 100 or something and all the big bounties are gone, like you just let it go. But like, you need to be able to hunt right now. Like,
And that's one thing that HRC won't take into consideration that we can think about.
Future game.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to
'Cause
be
if
able to
you
scale the
call and
bounty
win-
value.
right. If you call
Yeah.
and win, you're like you said, Galen, you're like set up to win a lot more money potentially in these hunt spots.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can
I
take
guess-
that both ways, right?
I guess the way
Like,
I would say it is like, this is the most valuable stage in the tournament outside of the final table to have a large chip stack. Like, it's asymmetrically important for you to have a bunch of chips right now. When all the big bounties are out there and there's a lot of short stacks at the table who have just squeaked into the money, you know? At least that's how I kind of try to think about these things. They're really hard
Yeah.
to analyze.
And
I
also,
agree.
and also just a tad tough to do it in hindsight, just because you don't have the actual live information on what bounties are remaining. You just estimate.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it makes it very difficult to like formulate a concrete opinion about this. Like,
Pretty
the-
wide
the-
range.
the context the context matters a lot.
yeah, I
Yeah.
put in an image in the chat of like risk premiums compared to like mystery versus vanilla from the article.
And what's the cliff notes, Lois?
Well, here it's like it
Substantial?
yeah, like in some spots it's up to like minus
They go
20%
negative.
risk premium.
Wow,
You said
minus
minus 20?
20% is pretty astounding, yeah.
That sounds pretty crazy, but pretty right.
Galen, you said that at this point in the tournament is when all the big bounties are still out there. Why is that?
Well, because the mystery bounty effect just happened. These tournaments are formatted, Scotty, that the second you are in the money, everyone has a randomized chest. That there's a fraction of the prize pool that is now released and that's claimable in bounty form. That wasn't available before the money had popped. So,
Half the prize pool.
yeah, I guess it's half. I mean, I wasn't really.
Half their price pool, exactly.
So half the prize pool is now become activated. Basically, the prize pool has doubled in some ways. And there's a jackpot effect here where that guy with 2.7 could be worth $25,000. Like there's a non-zero chance.
Now,
That
does that,
guy's,
I have one correction. I've seen
Okay.
most mystery bounties I looked at isn't half of the prize pool. It's usually like a third, isn't it?
I'm not sure,
In
Ken.
our case, it was 7.5 and 7.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, so it's very close.
But my question is, why are there more of the why are the big bounties out there now
So
rather?
we are just ITM. That's why.
Because they
That
haven't
has
been
been
claimed,
claimed
Scotty.
yet.
They haven't
Yeah.
been claimed yet.
But we don't know, are they still invisible is my question.
Yes, you don't know who
Right.
has what. You don't know who has
We
what.
do know that they are available in the mystery pot. We don't know Who is
So
gonna
ha-
pop them though?
So
You kinda
When
gotta
are they gonna
average
be
them
flopped?
all.
does the density of high value bounties stay the same for the next, 40, 50 minutes, or does that change?
Absolutely not,
It's-
absolutely not.
It's just
It's
the
a-
There's no
number.
way to say. I mean,
Okay, got
if
it. I
small
got it.
bounties get pulled, then the average bounty starts to creep up. And of course, if the biggest bounty gets pulled, the average bounty falls precipitously.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Right, like if you just average all mystery bounty games across like the entirety of play, like. It's going to average some, like you're gonna have some big ones left over sometimes. You're gonna have like no big ones left over sometimes. There's been mystery bounties that I've played where 5 minutes into the tournament, all the big bounties are gone.
Yeah, for sure. Okay,
And
I
then
want to
there's
say
other,
another thing about this hand though. Like it's true that we get to take a swing at a bounty here, and I know King 10 suited is gonna hold up against a variety of ranges. On the other hand, if we don't take the spot, we're still playing at a table with a 2.7 big blind stack. We're still playing at a table with the 12 big blind stack.
fair,
Yeah.
it's fair. Definitely fair
And-
assessment, Tim. I
And
can't
you can
really
just
refute
like,
it.
I don't know. And we commented that like big blind should be super wide here. Yeah, yes and no.
I
I
mean,
mean,
dude, I think the big blind, if I'm the big blind here, I'm
Yeah, me
jamming
too.
9-10 suited, I'm
Yeah.
jamming 7-6 suited, I'm jamming all pairs, I'm jamming any ace. Like, I don't know if I'm like the exception either. I don't know if I'm like grossly out of line with some of that stuff.
yeah, it's
But,
it's interesting because sometimes when I see solves, not from mystery bounties, but from PKOs, sometimes it seems like they're not that crazy. Like it's like, yeah, you play wider, but then of course people adjust in different ways. Some people are playing chip EV ranges, some people are always really tight, some people are bananas, and it's
Oh,
hard
Right.
to say.
hold on. There's another thing. There was something wrong with that setup, LP. You set it up like a PKO with the payouts with one big first place prize. These
What's
are
wrong with
different
that?
now because the prize pools are typically structured. There's more in the prize pool than in the bounties.
The prize pool here is a normal prize pool, as we said,
Yeah.
and the bounties. I think we set the bounties to vanilla KO, just a flat $55
Right.
each.
Right.
I mean, if you want to
So
run it
this,
right, you
this
need
was
the
set up as a
payouts.
winner take all. So first place gets all the
Yeah.
money and then the bounties are the prize.
Yeah, but it's a $15 and then right now the bounty power is at the highest, so it's gonna wanna go for bounties even more, so it's even gonna be a bit wider than that.
Right. I wanted to comment just one other quick
I don't
thing,
follow
which
Ken's point.
is
For me, it's an easy call.
other people play these differently, but for me, like the mystery factor doesn't matter in the slightest. For me, like all that matters is average bounty, because it's just like an EV
Exactly.
distribution.
Which
And
is fair,
so
and that's probably how you should approach them. Yeah, that's fair, Tim.
I would agree.
so like
I
I'm
guess
not
some
playing
point.
for like a
The
chance at
fact
the
that
whatever,
those ones exist.
10,000 or whatever it is. I'm just playing for like a $10 average bounty or whatever it is.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Tim, as soon as your big bounty is gone, your average is going
Average
to the
that.
dumpster.
Right.
I mean,
And you will
sure,
see
but it can
me
go the other way.
eventually
It's very
adjusting,
possible for the
So
actually.
first 100 bounties
you're
to be
playing with
small and then the
average,
average
but
goes up.
you wanna like have the factors that are gonna
Right,
affect
Tim.
average.
The longer the big ones stay on the board, people get eliminated, the more crazy you can kind of be. Although the average stack will also be driving up, so that counters it a bit.
I think it's interesting that there's so many conflicting opinions about this spot. Hey, before you like turbo through, what was the result of that hand? What did he show down? Did we fold?
We did fold.
Oh, you wanna
What-
see it?
I wanna see what,
Wait,
I wanna see what
was the
64.
output?
We don't win.
Okay,
Did
but
we see
like,
the
okay,
solver output?
King Jack is jamming here, like, taking your suited cards like that is not gonna be like. That bad of a situation.
No, yeah, if he has this, then he probably has king 9 suited, and he probably has like ace 8
Jack.
suited, which we're in fine shape against.
Yep.
It's tricky, because we are double dominated here, which is not fun.
No, this was actually like the stone, like worst situation you could
The
have
worst
had.
definitely.
situation.
It's a bit weird because like you got the incentive to win the bounty, but then like your risk premium's positive against a big stack,
Right.
So you can't just go
Ooh,
bananas.
we
So
can't
maybe
just
the fold was
fold
good.
this hand.
Oh, dude.
I'd have considered ripping, honestly.
Ripping is abusive.
Alright, so let's think about this. We have 11.67, which means we cover no one at the table. You have a flush draw with 2 overs and a backdoor straight. I don't think there's like a reality where you're supposed to be folding this.
No, like if he
I
shows
know
us pocket
though-
tens, we just get it in,
I
right?
know
I
that
would've
I'm
ripped
getting
it.
called by every single ace, maybe even some kings and all flush draws, of course.
Okay,
Sure,
so
but
let's,
again, if he shows you
let's
ace
play
nine
this
of
game.
hearts, you just like have the equity. It's cool.
Yeah, I was
think-
gonna say, that was the game I was gonna play. Let's say he has ace ten of hearts or ace nine of hearts. How well do you think this hand is doing versus those combos?
It's like flip it.
45%, probably.
But wait, is jamming mandatory here? Or can we just call? 'Cause I
I
would
think it's
call.
calling or I think calling or jamming's probably
I
okay.
would
I
jam
would
for
call.
fold equity.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would jam.
Okay,
Solver likes
okay.
some calling.
Okay. I see. We're good, we're good.
I just think it's gonna
Uh,
be really hard to spin it back up once we're down to like an eight
And
big blind
look
And I
at
stack,
would,
like no
the
fold
EV,
equity.
look at
Yeah,
the
that's what I was gonna
difference,
point
okay?
out.
Yeah, so you see this? 0.9 EV, it's like losing 94 big blind per hundred.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
I think
It's-
if we assume that we have zero fold equity, just like someone just said in the chat, I think calling is probably the way to go here.
I do agree.
Yeah,
You're
I
never,
agree
you're
with
never
that.
getting folds here. You're never, you're like, your
Yeah.
fate's kind of sealed when you see this
I mean,
flop with
he's
that
calling you
hand.
probably
Wait a
with
second.
deuces here,
You think he's,
so
I mean-
you think he's calling with deuces? Yeah. I guess
Yeah, I
he
do
is
think
for
he's
the
calling with
bounty,
deuces,
yeah.
But like
yeah,
it's profit. I want him to call it deuces. That's the
Right.
thing. Like I'm ahead of deuces.
So that's a bit nitty.
I knew
Yeah.
Louis was gonna say that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't. Nope.
That's
We can't call this.
that's too
I'm,
wide.
I'm defending extra wide here, guys.
Yeah, why?
Yeah,
You
you
know
need
what?
It's like
I
it's
Just
like
think this
because
could
of
be
the
alright.
effective stack.
This could be alright. Like he's only got 8 bigs. Like you hit, you're all in, right?
That's my point. So
yeah,
whatever the
but when
case
you
may
get
be,
action, when you hit, you're just always up. You're actually always dominated. Like
Heads
you
up.
still
like
just
No,
have to
you're
beat two
not.
ranges, and the
Some-
ranges are like ahead of this hand.
I would always fold here.
No,
Yeah,
I think. I mean, it's late position. Like, a
Heads
cutoff
up, I'd flick
banner.
a chip in, but I don't know about multi-way.
I
Feels
mean,
kinda bad.
I mean, in general, when you're short stack, you're cool a bit wider, no?
Yeah, but the multi-way aspect. I mean, Lewis, let me put it to you this way: what's Button's flattening range in practice here? You think?
We need an
Like, start
asymmetric
naming
sim.
hands.
We're not gonna get it here.
it's wider than we think. Just
The
because
bottom's
I
flattened
am on the
range, it should be like, I don't know,
It
like
should be-
20%
it
of
should be
hands.
wider. It should be wider than you think, just because I'm on the big blind with 7 bigs.
Yeah,
But
bunch
it's
of
probably
stuff,
wider
then
than it should be.
at least 30%.
Yeah, sure, but even if you add a bunch of hands, like the kinds of hands he adds are like suited eights, maybe suited seven. Like we're still just in bad shape against those
Yeah.
ranges. Like suppose he has queen eight suited here. That's not really good news for us.
Louis, we need an asymmetric sim, man. We're
Yeah,
not gonna get a
definitely
good
need
answer
some-
here. Because there's
Yeah,
gonna be no, like, barely any flat range.
yeah. I would not defend here.
Yeah, I mean Chippy V, it's gonna say like Queen 10-0 or so, and you have like no fold equity.
I wanna see the range. Let's find one.
Oh my god, Lewis.
Do like ICM in the money, like normal.
It's
or
a
or
PKO.
whatever. Yeah, whatever.
A big blind 9. Button covers cutoff to there in that one.
Yeah, but button is not gonna have a big flatting range at 20.
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
them a
no,
bit
that's
deeper
like the
if there
cutoff's
is
gotta
one.
cover.
Okay,
Well, this one maybe, but I think even in this one, we're gonna have.
18's not like
small
a micro
idea.
stack though.
Like he has a
Louis,
bit of
yeah,
a
you are
calling
looking at
range.
PKOs. I'll see if I can find something.
Yes. See, look, you have to defend pretty wide.
It's 18 bigs.
Yeah, it's
And
probably
this
gonna be
one
wider,
with six
right?
is in here.
Probably will go wider if it's less smaller stack. To be
Yeah,
fair.
I think so as well.
But you really would like to cut off covering the button too, I think, is what we're trying to find. Yeah, there you go. Cut off 32. Well, button's too short.
Let's do hijack and cut off.
Should be similar,
Yeah, gonna change a bit earlier position. Yeah, see, look, any
Even wider.
yeah, look how wide,
There
man.
you go.
Because like you just hit a pair and get it in, essentially.
Yeah. I feel it feels bad just hitting a pair against two people though, like especially if it's a six.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna
it's just
triple up as soon as you do, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you hit and like, I mean, yeah, this is probably alright.
I really want a
Yeah.
queen of heart to do that, man. Oh, you hit
You
your six.
cannot
Never
fold
mind.
it, Tim. Cap.
No, I think
I
this
didn't see you
is.
hit the
I think this
six.
is good. Like, I mean, SPR's less than one. Like, whatever.
Why do you
You're gonna
think
lose
this
a
is
lot.
good, Lewis?
What you prefer to check fold? You hit a pair. SPR's 6, like 0.08.
Yeah, I don't think you want this checking back around, so you probably gotta stuff it.
How often do you think you open jam from the big blind into two players?
When you're short stacked a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think like a lot of us, I can say I've never actually studied this. So
I,
It's worth-
to be
Yeah,
frank with you,
I like
I
it,
did
man,
study.
like-
I did study a lot of small
You do.
ranges, like sub 10 big blind ranges when I was doing like 180s in Poker Stars. And
Yeah.
even before GTO, I do remember calling super wide in the big blind. Maybe it was an exploit at that point, but the fact that we see it here, it's
The thing is, with the mystery bounty, you're just gonna get anything with equity is gonna call, right?
I don't see how you survive here.
yeah, what what
What?
hands are they gonna turn over?
What? How do you live?
I have
Sevens
no
and
idea.
sixes? Like what
Probably, yeah.
what hands do they have? Man, and let's take a note on that guy who's opening for 3 big blinds with
I
something
don't
that doesn't have a
understand,
speed.
but.
I think
let's see.
I have him marked as a fish in
What
my notes.
Oh my god, they're drawing dead.
They
They're drawing
They
like
were
stone
dead.
dead.
No,
They were
good
drawing
funny.
dead.
You probably couldn't have more equity even if you wanted to with the eights, right? You block the straight, the straight potential.
It would be so
They
sick for
win.
that to run out of chop. Like if they had just paired the board, it would have been a chop. No, I'm sorry, no, but there are various chops that could happen.
By the way, the 3x was again due to the fact that we have short bounties, shorties on the table.
Okay.
I want him to punt it off here.
Still betting small.
Yeah, but you can just introduce, yeah, but you have bluffs as well. That's the thing. Like you don't just have value in these spots. And I don't think top pair good kicker is like,
This was the guy that opened 3x, remember?
You can keep
Yeah,
his
yeah,
range
but
wide
still,
just
like,
by
you
betting
just-
one, like
I don't
40%.
think that like you make money from your passive opponents by like trying to get them to spaz primarily. Just like you can have a quarter sizing here that like forces him to do something. And he can punt it off and raise into you with in an appropriate range. He
Yeah, just
can
bet real
call too
small,
wide.
force him to call
And when you
wide.
have bluffs, like you also have ace five of hearts here. When you have ace five of hearts, you don't mind if he folds whatever 9-6 or something,
Yeah.
you know, like that's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And I
you
think
get
this
a
is a
lot of C bets.
pretty wide deviation that like a thinking player might pick up on and exploit you on.
I think this combined with the fact that I thought we weren't supposed to check we were supposed to check on queen high boards, led me to believe that this was a correct check. But you
Just
know,
bet really, really small to keep his range. Force him to call a very wide range and your bluffs.
like
print, and when he
1.2,
calls, you're making money with your good
1.5.
hands.
Yeah, you could think about
Yeah, that's
1/3. You
perfect.
can also think about a
Yeah.
quarter or 20%. Are
Mhm.
all reasonable sizings.
20% is gonna be the GTO size.
It'll mix, but yeah, 20's fine. 25.
So whenever like you're
One
gonna
one
see a
four,
flop
1.5.
against the big blind and then you're gonna have one eye card, any eye card, you can see that. Simple.
Mm.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So bet one, you raise the turn, he calls, very bad river.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad river.
SPR doesn't matter. I would put it in. Yes.
I think I am, yeah.
Yeah, see,
Because
that's the thing where,
I
like,
know
I
she's
think
not
the-
checking
for a
jack
one-
here.
for a one pair type hand that doesn't have like a big redraw, the board's never gonna get like a lot nicer for you unless you hit a king or a queen. So if you want like 9-8 to put in money, they're also like happier to put in money now than they're gonna be, you know, by like or 8-7 by the
10
time like a
hits,
lot of
yeah.
scary cards come off, you know, like or even like
Yeah.
bucket fours that he didn't rejam or something. Like it just gets kind of harder for him to call you. It's not just that like, yeah, you want him to blast off. It's like
Mm,
he also gets scared as the board runs out, and I think that eats your value here.
yeah.
Yeah, so you need
Yeah,
to bet
point taken, yeah.
you need to bet your best hands, otherwise you're costing yourself a lot of EV.
What size is the machine calling for? Scroll it up a little bit. But really small, I imagine, right?
Oh yeah, it'll be like 20, 25.
But
Might
the
make
thing is,
maybe
though, there's
30.
a lot of EV if you think the guy's just gonna
What do you
blast
want-
off
what
when
node
you
do you wanna
check
see?
back.
Yeah, no, 20 and 33%. That's what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just wanted to say.
Yep. And it's 20 big blinds per 100.
So you never check here.
Yeah, 20, 30, 30, yeah. But I'm already learning stuff.
I'm always
Yeah.
just betting
It's
20%
good.
there because people don't defend wide enough and your bluffs print when you put.
I
just
think I had a mark on this
that
guy.
in there.
Yeah, but even with the, I
Uh,
need a pretty, oh, okay, I see. This is what's
Yeah,
here.
yeah, big blind.
Yeah, but what kind of mark do you have on this guy to go with ace deuce? Gee,
Suited.
I mean,
absolute animal, Konstantinos.
yeah, like you just hope he has king high, queen high.
I wanna be on your table.
I would like to run this on HRC.
Dude,
if we get
LP,
to
you're
some
hunting
point.
all day with this hand. What are you talking about? You got him covered 2-1. Tell
Yeah,
me
but,
you
yeah, but
hunting this.
looking somebody doing it is shocking, no?
Is HRC gonna have
Seeing
jams
somebody
here?
actually doing that is just like, wow.
Like,
Savage.
is this like something you should do as EP? Like just open jab?
So it really depends on what we give this guy's range. But, oh,
I mean, yeah, it's
the
gonna
guy
happen.
folds. half of
Savage.
the time.
He's like, ah, you
kind
ain't
of
getting my
weird. He
bounty.
shouldn't really fold all that much there, but okay.
He doesn't want anybody to get his booty.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, sure, but he needs chips at some point.
Yeah, he
And like,
does.
this is his best chance.
So what kind of range should we go with here?
I have no idea.
Well, like this guy's open jam. It might be a thing in this format. I don't know. It's not typically a thing, but
Seems
maybe it
weird.
is here.
I need the pay structure now, cuz we're in the money.
So it was 11 first, 9.5 second, I think, and then 6 third.
So the total price structure should be probably somewhere the way he said was up around 85,000, which is a bit more than the bounties. It
Yeah.
sounded like it's like 60-40 or something.
The total prize pool was 180,000. Yeah.
So. Oh, and then the bounties on top of that?
And then bounties on top. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the bounties were how much? 100,000?
The bounties were no, it's quite similar. So it was
Same.
$15 in total. It was 7 plus 7 plus 1, I think. Or 7 plus 7.2 plus 0.8, something like this.
I thought the bounty prize pool and regular prize pool were evenly split, but I could be wrong.
Most of the ones I looked at, I don't play them that often, but they're usually like. It's like usually like 60-40. But with prize pool
So-
being bigger than the mystery bounties. But I haven't played that many of them.
The total prize pool was 335,587.5. But this is total.
Okay, so I need a pay structure basically. We're gonna run it or we can. skip.
Yeah, I'm just checking my.
Let me
the
see if
corporate
I,
note.
I might have saved one and let me see if I have one saved. I might have did with WSOP one, which probably would be similar to GG. See if I saved it or not. I don't think I ran any hands because I can't HUD my WSOP. So let's see, but I'll look.
Do you want percentages or money?
Doesn't matter.
Okay,
So P,
so
no. Let's see, what do we got?
for first it was 13. And then for second it was 9.5, 940,400.
Oh, I can't do
then-
percentages.
And then for third it was 7,200. And then fourth, 5,400.
So
4,000.
You said 5, right?
5, 4, and then 4.
Then,
And then 3,000. And then 2,300. And then 1,700. And then 1,300. And then 650. We need more?
Think no, we're good.
So there's a tool we should pay for since we share a lot of shit. It's $20 a year. And
Oh, you wanna share now?
no, I'm just saying you guys should get it. It's $20.
Hmm,
You put in, it's a website, you put in the tournament number, the name, the number of the tournament. Starting chip stack, and then hit. Okay, and it'll give you the JSON of the payout structure. And you just
Yeah,
copy paste it. 20
I
bucks
have
a
it.
year, well worth it.
I have it, but it doesn't work for GG because they banned shock scope.
Unlucky.
It's
You
good.
can
It's
keep
good
it.
for other ones. But
It's a great tool, right?
yeah, it saves a lot of time. But yeah, for GG it's annoying because they banned it. I think it runs through shock scope, so like you can't do it because they banned shock scope.
what an evil sight.
I don't know if there's a workaround, but I just have to use PokerCraft every time to get the payouts and like manually put them in.
You save them, right?
I mean, every tournament's different, so I can't really save them.
Oh my god, I save so many tournaments so I can just pull something up that's close whenever I want to look at something.
Yeah, maybe that's better. But
I was
I'm a
gonna say,
bit
if you
of
save
a,
them, you probably have a mystery bounty you could give us. That's close.
yeah, I haven't actually run any mystery sims, but I got that article which tells you how to do it. The thing is, with the mystery sims, you have to like subtract how much what the bounty power is, and I don't redo that. But,
Right, but the payout structure is, you have a payout structure at least for that portion of it. The mystery bounties you can manipulate.
yeah,
But yeah, off of that.
So
like that's the main
Constantino,
thing.
what do
You
you
need
think
to know what
about
the
this
average
guy?
bounty
You
is.
you said you had a note on him. What do you think he jams?
Here 21 bigs. I think he would jam all the small pairs plus some random ace X
What
plus
else?
some king queen suited.
What else?
Fives through jacks.
I don't think he would jam aces, kings, queens though.
Fives through jacks and maybe just some good suited stuff. I mean, it's a dominant.
Yeah, maybe I would skip the ace kings and keep all the ace queens in.
Yeah, I don't think he's jamming those weak aces, LP. I don't think he's jamming jack 10, queen 10, king. I don't think people do that.
Well,
Yeah, I
he said
agree.
it was crazy. He called with ace deuce, so he
Yeah,
must have an idea.
Oh, okay. I don't think he's that wide, but
Let's give this guy this
Maybe
range.
remove some kings, like king fours, king fives, king sixes.
Well, is he crazy or no?
Like he is, but 21 bigs.
Okay.
I just, yeah, I don't know.
do you-
I don't know this
what-
player.
What
I
do
think
you
it's
want
more
there?
of,
But,
I think it's more of like a 5% range of just middling pairs that he doesn't want to see a flop with, and maybe he's find some like, I don't know. Ace jack.
king, ace
suited,
queen,
ace
king
jack,
queen
or
kinda stuff?
King queen, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see like quote unquote good hands here, you know?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna see anything bad, show him down. I don't think he's gonna show down anything bad.
There's a mystery bounty here, right?
He's just playing it poorly.
Him plus
Yeah.
the big blind.
So I think the guy, he has to be really wide, like,
So he wants to be wide to try to get the big blind to call and
Yeah, yeah.
everybody else to fold.
so I think this is a good range for him.
Gotta fade the field though.
And now we are on the button. So we are on the button, and then this is our range. And this
didn't run
needs
it
to
yet.
be yeah, from here. Like that,
Regrets.
I need regrets.
Yeah, you load locked.
What does the reset regret feature do?
So what you're supposed to do is actually, I don't know if you ran it, you set it, you put in you set it up and then you run it. And then you get your results. And then if you want to no lock, change ranges at some point. After you change the range, you have to reset regrets, and that runs it because like you didn't like the, it just resolves it because you change the ranges in play. If you run it down to like between 20 and 25 CL, you can do a sub tree and hit just reset strategies, and it'll save what it a good amount of what it already ran, and it'll run faster and clean up some noise. But if you
Right.
adjust the ranges, you got to do regrets. If you manually adjust them. I have a low confidence level when we solve sims this fast in HRC because I just know that everyone I do takes way longer than this.
Yeah, but my CPU is a lot more powerful, Ken.
I mean, it's not right anyway because the payout's not right. So
Right, the payouts for, yeah, you only put in
you
final
really should
table.
pre-run the
so-
sims if we're going to use them. In my opinion.
Thank you, Lewis.
I think these are largely an exercise in futility when you don't set it up properly.
This looks pretty wide, no?
Let's give it a look. See.
Well, while we have the moment of quiet, I would like to thank you, Louis, for the countless hours and study time that you do put in, putting all this together for us day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year.
Pleasure, Pete.
Thanks.
This is, no,
Yeah, I think it's wide because like it's set up as like only top 5 people get money, right? Is that not how we set
Mine,
up
yeah,
the
so
sim?
everything in between.
And
you
there's like
gotta-
hundreds left, so it's like
Yeah.
But
Exactly
it
right.
does keep the knockout element, though, which is the important one here.
Yeah, this is close to a bounty only setup with 9 paid and hundreds left. Like you're playing almost strictly for the bounty unless you're close to the,
yeah, I need a real pay structure.
Okay, I can keep track of this hand to try to run it and give you the pay structure on this on separate occasion.
yeah, send it to me. I'll run it later. Just send me. I just need the
Yeah.
hand, just the screenshot, and then the pay structure.
pretty
Or
sweet.
just tell me what tournament it was. I'll find it
See
on
we
Yeah,
had.
it'll be on PokerCraft, right?
it should be, yeah.
What tournament's this?
$15 mystery bounty.
The Sunday one, the Wednesday one, the Saturday one.
Sunday one on the 4th of February.
Okay, yeah.
And save the setup. You can make folders and all, so it's not like hard to find stuff you saved. I probably got 100 structures, payouts saved so far. At least.
Mhm.
What was the result, by the way? Because I don't actually recall.
Yeah, I wanna see what this guy had.
Just a sec, where did I put that? Mhm.
Let's show us the nudes, huh?
Mhm. Okay. Where is it? I just say,
Just get the paste of the text, right?
alright,
Yeah.
alright. I have this in the chat,
Yeah, got it.
and it's pocket jacks.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, you get it though. That's good.
Yeah.
It's 3 a
I don't
ton too
know.
much here.
I don't know if we size up very much because of stack depth.
It's a
Mm.
No,
bricky
very-
flop. They don't really, you're
very
not supposed to
deep.
have too many offsuit twos or fours for that matter, so. Yeah, I think it's a bet small.
It's using the
Yeah.
big spending.
A little bit. yeah.
Mixes.
Mixes for sure. Even got some bigger ones.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so here you basically open for 5, you 3 bet.
I 3-bet just because the big blind has 2.78 in total.
Okay,
So I want the opportunity to play heads up for the bounty.
okay. I don't think I'm ever calling here.
Yeah, I would fold. What's this?
Yeah, you're basically turning your best showdown hand into a bluff here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get the fold a 9, it's great, but I
Yeah.
don't think he bets a 9.
So we
Yeah, I think,
open
yeah.
3-way. We get this board. Have the back door. We're in the sandwich.
I mean, I'm always checking here. Multi-way, that's my default. I just almost 100% check now, multi-way.
Yeah, there's spots where I do less and spots where I do more. This would be a high check spot for me for sure. Hands that I'm the most excited about betting here are like ace queen, kings, a straight, and a set, like really big value. Or for
Problem
a
here
small
is,
size, maybe some like hearts, like a high-low heart, like ace five of hearts that can get 2 calls and be ahead. Anyway,
like, if you call here, basically, and then this guy raise, you're in trouble.
yeah, I just think he has a better hand than we do, so I don't wanna call.
Like even hitting the king, we're not happy at all.
No,
Yeah,
no, it's
that's
a,
fair.
and we're just gonna have no visibility on, I mean, what is his range? What is he doing? Are we ahead or behind? I have no idea.
Better to skip the troublesome.
I don't like the way you played this one at all.
Because he could show up with
Mm.
like ace 10 or like bricked hearts. Like he could have ace five of hearts on the turn and then decide not to go for it on river. And then we just check back and win
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
sometimes. He also has a lot of pairs. I mean, for sure. You check back and lose sometimes plenty as well. But you don't have to lose
Yeah.
15 big blinds doing it.
He's got a lot
Yeah.
of queen here, betting big for protection.
Yeah, yeah. And people even misplay like bad pairs with a redraw.
Turn two
Like,
pair.
yeah. People misplay like 10-9 and think they need to go big on turn. But
Yeah.
that hand also, I mean, it's a big call, but he still might call you. You could
Yeah, I
maybe
think
bluff him
you
off of
just
it.
should fold here, simple as that.
Yeah, full turn.
Should have
I
been
think
a
that
fold, yeah.
that big sizing multi-way is a bit of a tell. I don't think he's balanced. I don't think he has the right bluffs.
Shit, we're short again. You spin it again. Jesus.
Let's flick in a chip and gamble, huh?
I don't know how to play this. I guess we call.
I
Have to
I
flop,
only want
no?
to call.
If we jam, we have no fold equity basically.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting calls.
Let's-
You want to jam like good hands. Just
Yeah.
call with a big range. Because you could flop a miracle and win a big Mr. Bunny. It's cool. This was not a flop, obviously. What?
I don't know how I found
Is
two
this
of these.
rigged? What is going on in this
Yeah,
tournament?
Jesus, yeah.
We made it down
Eat
to
it.
2 big blinds.
We're getting it in here too, right?
Yeah, I guess so. We filtered for VPIP, so here we go. This seems thin, but fine. I mean, oh,
It's
yeesh.
fine when you flop the nuts. Versus ace king, and I think this was the turning point of the tournament for me.
Yikes.
This particular hand.
All right. Some things had to go right, and they did. Cool.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it seems fine.
The church was close.
We are running good. We are running so good. I think Queen Jack O is.
It's okay.
I'm not
From
opening
low
that.
from low jack,
It's not low jack.
10-handed.
It's UTG2.
If I'm
It's
covering people, I'll open it,
7-handed.
but we're covered by just about everybody at the table. I'm not playing.
Exactly. We're covered. We covered big blind, which is nice. I think this is really marginal. I think I'm skipping it.
Hmm.
I wouldn't play here.
No
I'm just
way.
folding. I'm not never jamming here like that.
Like this at all. Gets it through. Nice.
Now we
It's
play.
always nice, right?
No heart. Small bet, good flop. We're gonna continue.
I probably would have raised anyway.
Can we lead this turn?
I would have raised
Lucky lead.
flop, I think, even though we're short,
Yeah,
I'd have clicked
I'm
it.
thinking about
No
raising flop
heart,
as
you
well.
don't raise.
I don't care. I'm still gonna click it.
You
Run
don't
it.
care.
The bounty there, I could run it. It's not the best without a heart, but your calls.
Yeah, it was pure call. That's fine. But you can see the EVs run close. It's like, it's not the craziest thing.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so one thing we learned. Is this a glitch? No, he's in there, right? Yeah, okay. So one thing we learned by looking at like DTO. Is that the guy in the sandwich in between two players. Very often doesn't have a raising range, especially if it's the big blind.
Mm-hmm.
So here you should just call to allow, to keep him in the hand, basically.
Louis, I think it's different when it's EP button big blind, because then EP checks a lot on flop. When it's EP small blind, big blind, we don't expect EP to have that really robust protected checking range, because when he checks back, it's, it's binding
Honestly,
on the flop.
like, we haven't seen much turn nodes either, but I'm
Yeah.
just like trying to extrapolate a little bit.
Right, but I want to distinguish between like EP button big blind, where I think he checks a lot and is very protected, versus EP small blind big blind, where I don't think he's nearly as protected because he can't check raise, right? When he checks flop. He's in position. So he's not gonna have that like check range strategy that we often see
You might,
in
you know what people
in
do
an
there? They check if
EP.
they flop the nuts, they find checks. So like people will bet like 85% C bet. And then they come at you with a check on a board that's really good for them. It's usually the freaking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
this is
see
gonna be
that
a
there's
range-
a difference with
This is gonna be a
EP
range
small
bet
blind,
for
big blind.
it.
Because yeah, that's the thing that drives that sandwich behavior, is the fact that he's so protected. Sometimes checking 100% of range. And then if button also declines to bet, that doesn't mean that low jack didn't have a hand, like a
So
low
even
jack
the
button.
hands that we want to protect, we don't bet.
I honestly don't know what here. Like, I'm not sure what to do here, honestly. I mean, putting chips in with the second nuts can't be bad.
So king, queen, 10 or king, queen, jack? Cause we have a flush draw.
King queen 10, because you kind of need a flush.
Yeah, but
Or like the straight is
we
good
have
enough.
the straight
Also, we have the
already,
straight.
though.
Yeah, we have the straight. That's fair.
I
King
have
queen
jack
jack maybe.
nine,
King,
jack
queen,
nine.
jack.
I agree. King queen jack, even though it's a little different, but it'll serve.
Well, you could also give us Jack 9 here, right?
Yeah,
It's
jack
gonna be
nine.
the same as Jack 10.
That's true.
Look at both.
And I think the first thing we'll see is that when, of course, we'll check to low jack, and then low jack will have like a normal looking betting range. Like he's not going to be checking range here.
I mean, goes check, check. I would want to lead if the small blind didn't, so that makes me feel like we could probably have some raises.
What is this application? DTO?
Yeah, this is
DTO, yeah.
DTO multi-way. Think I broke it.
Could
You
be.
could do multi-way spots on HRC now as well. Takes a lot longer though. Way longer.
Oh my goodness, I really broke it.
I'm gonna have to go play in a few minutes. Can't play while I'm in Zoom. I get geo bounced.
I thought you were gonna go out there and do some speed dating, Ken.
Somewhat
Speed dating. COVID is over.
speed dating. Oh,
Yeah,
Is he serious?
I gotta lose
Yeah.
50 pounds before I think about dating. Well,
Yep.
30.
you're good, you're good, you're good, Ken.
Privilege of being male, you can get a big pass on like a couple extra pounds.
Dating and poker don't go hand in hand unless you're dating a poker chick, I think. Like,
Right?
right now,
Or a
I'd rather
dealer.
play poker than get laid, so.
So it's broken.
I had a squeeze for a while, but she got sick of my shit. That was why I could just
Which
call.
which shit.
I could just call whenever I wanted to get some, basically, and roll over there and spend 2 hours with her.
Jesus,
And I talk
Ken,
to her again
please.
for another week or two, but that's
Ah.
over.
So how did it go?
Oh my god. All right.
Right,
Man, I had a good run. It lasted a few years.
Turn.
an eight.
Eight. Yeah. Eight of hearts. Oh, we already have the flush. Never mind.
Exactly double.
Yeah, yeah.
We have Jack nine here, right?
Right, exactly.
And
I mean, I
then-
would love to go back and see LoJack's betting range on flop, but this is okay. It's fine.
I got it.
I busted the tournament. Now I'm ready to bust something else.
Wow. Yeah, see, that's the thing. His checking range is pretty condensing and capping.
Yeah.
He's got like hands like ace 10 in there. We're very excited to pile against ace 10.
Does he have a leading range on this turn? He does. Boom. The node we want to look at. Jack nine is mixing. Lots of raising.
The range doesn't have a lot of raising, but,
The combo does.
yeah.
And then Jack X for bluffs like
Can we see
four
the
suited,
Jack nine
two
suited, please?
And it's not in range.
Oh. How?
It thought that we would have squeezed it.
This is too good.
But it donks flop. And Jack nine suited, it had to be in range
Alright.
on the flop. Did it donk it?
You wanna
No,
find
why
the
would it
Jack
donk
nine
that flop?
suited? Not in
I'm
range
still
from
with
the
that.
start.
Jesus.
It's pushing free.
Wow.
What,
So
40 bigs?
20,
30 bigs?
30. Yeah. Right into low jack.
I guess 600 is a different
the
story.
factor of the small blind being a good bit capped, I think. And it likes to steal,
So, okay, good raise.
and run hands are gonna do okay, if it has to run it.
Why do you not go all in here?
Because after he just flats on the turn, I'm not sure he's gonna call a polarized bet.
Yeah, the general rule though is like you just there's a lot of plausible second best hands. You just
Yeah.
throw a big bet at him and let him figure out what to call you
Yeah,
with.
you want block all's value. He's got a lot of 2-pair hands. He's got sets.
Like he
I
leaves.
also
the
think we
turn-
could set up the river shove. What did we raise to on turn?
11. I think we can raise it to 15.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine.
Right away, you know he has something, so I would always give it a shot and try to jam.
Yeah, or even just take it up to like 19 or 20, or just go all
Here's one.
in, like,
SPR's one.
No, he couldn't call that, so he wasn't calling anything bigger, but
yeah,
Push.
Easy
Win.
game.
cool, dominated, love it.
Okay, so one thing I would like you to do here. We have a
Mhm.
friend called Jeremy. He's from, where is he from? Where's Singapore?
Right.
And Jeremy here likes to flat a lot with like, say he has two aces, for example. He would call here or ace king or whatever strong hand he has, he would call. Because you're playing a PKO and you wanna keep in mind that you wanna keep bounty access. It's not about winning pots. It's about keeping the access of the bounty. When you squeeze,
Exactly.
you three bet here, first off, it's not a good hand to three bet. And then,
It's,
you
it's in
use
fact more of an all-in if you go off of a chippy
Yeah.
V range against
Yeah,
hijack.
yeah,
Yeah, because you don't like, this is probably a 3-bet fold if he 4-bets, and that's pretty sad.
pretty sad. So yeah, either jam yourself or, but
Or just flat.
the main idea here is to keep the access to the bounty. You know, you wanna just
Okay.
call here, then this guy jams, this guy folds, this guy plays or whatever. And then it's on when you have a decision for a bounty and a good strong range.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
I
to
can
know.
see jamming this. I'm also happy with flatting it. I think 3-betting is my least favorite option.
So that's what we call a no cry, button flat around here. Our friend Jeremy does that a lot.
And when you look
You
at
know-
like the GTO Wizard PKO ranges, and they're not, it's not
Mhm.
exactly the same as Mystery Bounty, but like it's a similar idea. You're gonna have a lot of flatting on the suited side because those are hands that can hold up when it's 3 or 4 players to the flop. And you're gonna 3-bet more of your offsuit stuff here compared to a chippy V solve. So you're gonna like 3-bet a lot of king, queen, king, jack, ace 10 here. And then call like all your suited jacks, all your suited tens, probably your suited nines here as well, or just like mostly calling, right?
Like 10-9, Jack-9.
Yeah, exactly. Queen 9, king 9, exactly. That's sort of the range I'm imagining. There might still be a couple 3-bets and a couple all-ins mixed in.
But you should mix in the aces and the kings just so you can keep a sort of balanced approach.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm more excited to flat aces because they're so resilient. I'm probably 3-betting kings, but like there's probably some room for play.
Noted. Thank you so much.
Tim, do you give any idea to the fact that you wanna three bet aces and flat kings because you unblock the small blind and big blind finding an ace to jam?
That's not optimal here. Okay, when you do that, none of them is ever gonna bluff you. This guy is never gonna call you light, or he might. But what you're removing a part of the tree where you just min raise, and this guy tried to bluff you off, okay? You just get rid of the bluffs here when you do that, whereas you could open, this guy folds, this guy goes all in, you snap it off.
Concerning the bounty element and the fact that we cover small blind, what do we do on a 3-bet from the small blind with
I would
fives?
call.
With sixes?
I would
Get
call,
it
you're in
in.
position, you can call, you can go all in, up to you. I think both options
Yeah.
are.
I think I'm not jamming until like 25 effective, and really more like 20 is
Right.
where I'm gonna really pick up more jams. So it's just a little bit too much for me.
Yeah. Okay, 10 on the river. Did we win? Yeah,
Yeah, 5 on the flop.
5 on the flop, okay.
He was drawn dead.
So I like fold here.
Do we with the bounty?
Queen nine suited,
Covering?
yeah, I like it.
I don't know, I think it's close.
Push all in and win. You cover, this is a good flop. This is not a good hand anymore.
I was about to say, God, I hope I fold.
Yeah. This one here, can go.
I
Can
do
go
recall
either
from the
way.
poker coaching ranges that we do jam some big ace X.
I wouldn't
on
be
the small blind.
surprised. Wouldn't be surprised if you're 25 effective, so. Whatever you play, it's not gonna be a big mistake. Okay, tough spot. We
Really? In a bounty?
It's like when we're
Probably is
raising
you-
from EP, this is
Exactly.
kind of
Exactly.
bottom of range.
Exactly.
From
It's
later
seven-handed
positions,
though.
easy, but we just don't really expect he ever has a worse pair.
Yeah. It's close. 6 on the river, haha, look at this.
Yeah, it's to be results oriented. It's a little scary when he shows up with queens. Like
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
a lot happier if he had showed up with like ace, jack, O, and then I'm like, oh, he's pretty wide.
So do you just fold these sixes here or do you?
Yes,
Maybe.
I do remember that the sixes specifically in 30 big blind stacks mix folding and raising.
yeah, but you just try to consider positions a little bit more. You know, you put an EP, he jams into your strong range, he's not afraid of you, you know?
So what's he got? Yep.
These are factors that makes this range a little bit stronger than usual. Then when you go back to thinking about your range, you open maybe 5, 6, 7s, blah, blah, blah. It's the bottom of your range. So that's why I thought Tim, played it pretty well. So this is an easy all in, I think. We just push it here. Oh, look at,
Shooting the 40 big blind stack on the small blind.
yeah,
But like, he's not really flatting small blind. Like the only hand in the entire world he has that's ahead of you is maybe some ace queen O sometimes. So like, is he gonna snap you off with sevens? Okay. Is he gonna snap you off with ace 10 suited? Awesome.
so I think you can jam up for maybe a bit more, like maybe 50 big blinds.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and like if you think that small blind's really capped, then he's kind of just subsidizing your rejam against low jack or whatever it is, which is kind of nice. Then you just get like an extra 2 big blinds and you get to run it against low jack for a bounty. Oh, yeah, I don't know, Louis. The chip EV is going to be pretty weird on this one, but you can look it up. So it's out for 40. You kind of want it for like 25.
Look, 40 big blinds,
Oh my
always, always.
God.
Wow, okay. Wow. Learn something new every day. Let me know that.
Yeah,
Roger is worried about small blind having aces. So
it's okay, Roger. Roger has been hurt.
is there a pill we can give him to
To appease his pain, he just need a lot of money. He's gonna feel better.
yeah. I'm not worried about the small blind having aces. Once he turns over aces, I'll be worried about him having aces.
So let's see here. We start with ace 5. Get a rip. This is a close one, not
Yeah,
so
it's-
close.
Is
You
it a close
cover.
one? I'm not sure it's a close.
Little bit close, cuz he never shows you a worst ace, right?
Can't you do that with ace deuce, ace three, ace four?
Nah, it's
King
tough.
queen, king jack?
People don't do that. Yeah, those hands, yes. King, queen, king, queen suited, king, jack suited, jack ten suited. That's plenty.
Deuces, threes, fours, plus the big blind has 7 big blind stack.
So. We
You're running hot.
Oh,
have
yeah.
fold here. I don't defend,
Yeah, I don't want to. This like, ooh, ooh.
cuz you're late deep. You're getting deep in the
Yeah.
tournament and then you're big stack against big stack, so you can,
Mhm.
Exactly.
even if you make a jack here, you can put put the pressure on you, but, looks like you decide to raise the 6 of clubs here. Which is
You
a
know, it's
little
a,
bit spicy. First off, like he bets.
it's reasonable.
He bets big. To me, it's a scary type of bet here. But then you just go like, yeah, click.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
So that's wild. That's a wild one, man.
I like the moxie. You gotta get a little out of line sometimes.
Seven, huh? Hmm.
I
Seems
mean,
fine.
I can't flat here. Can we?
No,
With
you
ace
can
deuce
just,
off?
No, yeah, I don't want to see a flat.
you
I
can
mean,
just fold here.
fold or three bet is the
Yeah, I
thing
think
here.
it's an out of line 3-bet, but
I think it's
people fold.
0% three bet here. Never.
Yeah, but the
Zero?
principle is good. You have a
0%.
blocker and you unblock his folds, which you know, you don't want kind of the middle of the deck ones because then they block some of his raised folds, like
Like
his
the
like
king, queen jack we discussed earlier. Oh wow.
yeah, but raise is the best option out of everything. As you can see, it's minus 0.05 as opposed to the other ones.
Yeah.
It's fine. And also this is chippy V. When you get into higher ICM spots, you start to see more of this like ace trash taking little stabs. I think given how short he is and given the stage of the tournament, I think you could even size down a little bit, like 6.5,
Mm.
and get the job done. Because he's still just sitting there with hands like Jack 10 suit, and he's like, I just don't know if I'm ever good. I don't want to play a pod. I can find better spots. That's what you
What was it? Button?
Bottom versus small blind, yeah.
want. Yeah, Louis, but look up an ICM sim. Come on.
Wow, it's the same here, no? How much ICM do you have here?
It's no, it's less than 10%. It should be 5% or less.
And also it's a PKO where we cover, so if we do bink a very good flop, then that gives us a little bit of extra equity to play for a bounty.
You advocating for a flat? Tim? Crickets?
Crickets indeed.
Me and my crickets? Uh. Oh, and then we super cover. So we need a big stack from the small blind. And then. We need, what kind of depth is? He's just like 30? 30 and then
Yeah.
big stack.
I see the one, it's 18, 41, 26, down, 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 down. 18, 41, yep, up.
Two above.
Mm-hmm. That's a kind of reasonable one. I mean, 18's a little too short, actually, but
Still, we
all right,
start,
so here you see the bottom of the deck is starting to wake up.
Yeah, ace fours and ace fives. But yeah, still ace deuces.
So it's an exploit, but I don't mind it. I think you should find a couple extra 3-bets in spots like this. So like good. And like where are they gonna come from? They're gonna be bad aces mainly. They're gonna be blockers. So like this is the kind of hand you should add.
Yeah, and also I remember like continuing this conversation, the Daniel Negreanu like discussed something on a video saying that people start to defending small blind with king X suited more, which I started also to have been doing for the past 2 weeks or so.
crickets. Okay, I wouldn't bet here.
Yeah, don't bet. You don't bet that
Yeah.
much here, period. And I don't really want to bet with this hand at all.
Yeah.
Mm.
We folded our equity. There was like a chance, a low chance, but a chance that we could just like turn a great card like a king or a 10 and then be happier with our hand.
It's a little bit wide and I think it's a mistake because we don't cover. If you covered going wider, I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a steal from it, fine. Oh, we fold. We should always fold here.
Fold, yeah.
Yeah, but People don't three bet bluff enough free flop. They just don't do it. And then you don't cover, and then this is the bottom of your opening range, so. I don't think you should ever call here. Also, never raise here. If you're gonna play it. You gotta like. One good trick for you, okay, whenever you're playing at short SPR, like here you see the total pot is 21, you have 30 big blinds, so you have like 1.3 SPR, okay, SPR stack to pot ratio.
Yeah.
At low SPR, top pair, top kicker is never gonna fold. Okay, so no matter what happens from here, you got top pair, top kicker, SPR is pretty low. It's gonna be tough for you to fold. Okay, so instead of raising here, I propose you to buckle up and call it down. Okay, just call and then see if he spaz again on the turn. You've got position. So if anything, you can still reopen the dialogue on the turn. If you want, you're in the driver's seat here. You don't need to raise is where I'm trying to go.
Right, yeah. Okay.
You could just show you aces here and then you're just cooked, right?
What if we have king queen suited instead of offsuit?
I
Pre-flop.
like, pre-flop, king, queen suited, I'm always calling three bet.
Right.
Whereas here, I'm
There's our margin, yeah.
yeah. So I don't like this raise at all. I think like, you're losing a lot of EV by raising. Cause you're supposed to barrel sometimes, right? And then also, if you didn't have a spade, you can raise a little bit more often. With the spade, your hand is stronger. You don't mind spade here. So you can like call more.
Pick up more equity.
Yeah.
On the turn.
Yeah, you're just more confident with a spade in your hand, whereas when you don't have a spade, you're weaker. Okay, I'm okay with this.
Yep, seems fine.
This is too
8-7
wide.
off is like pip out. It's 10-9 off probably.
A church? The
Awesome.
church, good enough.
Didn't even need help.
Two ice card, no flush, rainbow, ace high rainbow.
Do we ever check back here?
No,
So
'Cause we're
the
too strong?
question is this
No.
a bet small or a bet big, really? I think it's a bet
I'm using 50 as my default size on ace king X.
without a flush draw.
Yeah, I think it's still
With
like a
this hand?
larger. Yeah,
Not sure, Tim, not sure. I like the idea of betting big on ace king. But with this end and this spot, I don't know. I would just go like this, something, two.
it's also worth like the SPR is not super short. Put it in the box.
Yeah, it's worth looking, right?
I think flush draw or not, we're just gonna
Flush
have
draw,
some bigger
sure, we
bets.
size up. But this
Right.
here, we just bet small.
Oh,
Oh,
can you
oh,
tell me the most
okay.
common? Oh,
Okay.
Oh.
Plenty.
checking 46% of the time. Excuse me.
Yeah, plenty.
That's
plenty.
insane. That's blows my mind.
But checks for the 46% of the time, it's out there.
It's I'm
It's polar, right? We're very polar.
flabbergasted.
Check a lot, bet big a
Yeah.
lot.
I'm
Because I
shooketh.
mean we're too strong here. And what is he gonna call off with? A king? The only thing we're not betting, we're not blocking. Small pairs, maybe. He's gonna fold the small pairs. Yeah, that I agree with Roger on the chat. I mean, he does need to catch up a little.
Push, I like that. See betting out of position here, not great. With pocket deuce, also not great.
See you, Tim.
What's the best thing that could happen here for you? Have a good one, Tim. What's the best thing that could happen?
Get folds
Disagree. The best thing that could happen is the deuce,
on the turn. Yeah.
okay? And if you get your deuce, do you wanna be heads up or you wanna have as much player as possible in the hand?
You have
So
A
you
lot.
see that like the best node is checking here. Sometimes it goes check, 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 and sometimes goes check, check, check and miracle deuce. I think
Mhm.
that's the best possible node for your hand. So I wouldn't bet here. Oh, you get away with it? Fine. Three big blinds, a big bet, open ender, no heart. I think you gotta continue. We're gonna call once at least. 10 on the turn, on the 10 turn, equity shift, maybe you could lead here. You also have good blockers to the 10. You block jack 10, you block 9,
Mhm.
10. So maybe it's a thing, although I doubt it, cuz it's an ace high board, we're against CP. So he has a lot of good aces, so maybe we don't do it. Turn. Looks like you did it. It's checking all the time, so I understand.
It's
why you
checking on
did
it.
Yeah, it's checking. Not
Yeah, I
doing,
saw the club 10, and I imagine this is a card I have to lead.
yeah, no, machine says no.
Yeah.
And then, oh, the river, you go for it on the river. Queen. Yeah, it's true, he doesn't have much queen X and 10x. Then you have great blockers, so I actually like this bluff a lot. Think this is a good one. Think you got him to fold like a weak ace, something.
Probably.
Here again, I would never three bet. Cause you wanna keep bounty access. When you
Mhm.
three bet here, he's gonna fold like hands he might have jam, so,
Same concept as before
Yeah.
with the king jack.
yeah. I like it, defend. Here you could check
Should
raise.
check raise. Yeah, check raise here.
I really like your black bet here. After the turn goes check, check. You should bet small with like second pair here. It's pretty good. Okay, it was pretty weak.
Louis, we're about to hit the 2 hour mark. Should we?
It's up to you. Do you wanna stop and continue another time?
We can, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can do that. Alright, so thanks a lot for watching, everybody.